Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here, and we are jumping back to our roots. We're getting in arcade mode, and we're taking out the Japanese. So we'll start out with my A6 M2. Oh, should have done stealth right there. Tactical error, ladies and gentlemen, tactical error. In arcade mode, we do have the lead indicator, and most people, when shot at by stealth rounds, will normally kind of sit there just long enough for you get the extra second or two of burst and therefore get the kill. But we're going to be talking about flight models. There were some significant changes to flight models in the patch notes. I was flying the A6 M3 in realistic battles. And we're kind of sizing up targets right here. P36, D3A1 is the most guaranteed kill down there. But I don't know if we're in a poaching mood quite yet. We'll see. I am trying to, well, I mean, he's right there, is he not? I am trying to open up the Kai 84. It was just long enough we needed, right? Worked out rather well. But since we're talking about flight models, a lot's been changed. I haven't had the time to test everything, so I wanted to ask you guys what flight models have been hit hard and what flight models are actually kind of doing a little better. Which ones should I check out? I've heard that the BF-109, look at that, jeez, man, these cannons. The BF-109 G10, I believe, is just, as my friend Sherman said, it's like flying a wheelchair. I mean, it's kind of funny, you know, in how it's described. But let's be honest, you wouldn't want to fly a wheelchair around, now would you? I mean, I might if I had like jetpacks and I wasn't fighting other planes. But you know, if I was fighting other planes, man, I wouldn't want a wheelchair. I was also flying the Russian planes in arcade and historical, and I experienced this in both cases. The fact that they're not nearly as durable as they once were. And I'm wondering if part of that result is due to a shortage in what was previously known as the Soviet Union. During the war, I'm wondering if they may have run out of, you know, stellinium, Stalinwood, you know, all of those other rare, precious, and extremely durable materials that the Soviet planes were armed with. Look at that guy just vaporizing him. He's dipping all kinds around here. Now you're mine, son. Oh, you're jinking me, son. So, I've noticed Russians are not durable. I've heard of some flight models that are just not good anymore. You're gone. We'll reload. No rush right now, since we are in a pleasant little discussion. BF-109 G10 nerfed. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. But I want to know, like, which ones are and are not affected. A6 M3, not nearly as maneuverable as it was in the previous patch. I was testing that out, and it's just some of the maneuvers you could have pulled, or the ease of maneuver even, were just not there. Vochkin 5, by the way, I think is a great plane sitting at tier 2. See, this is where stealth rounds would be able to be good. I could nick him and maybe hit something, kind of decrease performance there as he kind of zooms away towards my AAA, which is okay by me. We will take a route to kind of do our best to cut off. He's going to be going for this one next, presumably. Line him up, a little off to the right. Tell you what, man, my aim is off. Enemy kill assist. It is not good enough for us. But I forget how many flight models they changed. Plus you have all the new aircraft, so you have to, you know, that brings up another discussion of what aircraft in each nation are kind of, You know, at what tiers? Here's a good question for everybody. Favorite plane for a specific tier for a specific nation and kind of why? You know, because it changes each patch. There's those go-to planes, and there's some that are just kind of, I don't know if exploited is the right term, but you know, a plane that is hitting well above its weight class, or just doing so good that the majority of people play it. We've seen it in the Spitfire Mark IX. We've seen it in the Beaufighter for, it seems like, the last 2 patches. I haven't seen too many Beaufighters running around. I actually haven't checked what tier they're at. I'm assuming it's 2 or 3. Kai 43, a nice little Hayabusa, flew this bad boy out in Historical. It had been a while. And, tell you what, he's maneuverable, but those guns on it are just like BB guns, man. Alright, and look at those. Just the fire effects, man. Gorgeous. So there's definitely pros and cons to the patch. A lot of the cons can easily be micro-patched and quick fixed out and all of that kind of stuff. So we have a friend who must have hit some ships or something. Doing pretty well on our team. What is this little jink he's doing? Our little brother, the A6M2. Alright, where are you at, son? Well, that is a friendly. Losing them in the blackout. Well played, sir, well played. So, and that's another thing. I would normally T4 right here. Call for help. But all the chat system is completely changed. Hope that guy took him out. Nope. We're still getting some light fire here. But, yeah. It's definitely a survey of what's been going on is basically what this video is about. Where I communicate with you, my fans. How did that not waste him? We must not have hit. Look at all this red. Woo! Stealth rounds. So we got to take this guy out. He pulled some great moves, but we have to show we are the top dog here. That's going to be difficult when your cannons are rearming. Doesn't look like he's doing too well, though. So we might have that little guy. Boom! Sniped. Well, first time kill. It's about time we hop in our next one. How are the Wildcats and Hellcats doing? Here we go. Some stealth. We'll do a little boom and zoom arcade style anyway. Or, yeah, it's still named arcade. Tell you what, it is going to take some time getting used to calling what was previously historical battles as realistic battles now. It does make more sense, though. The maps we were doing weren't necessarily historical. The planes going up against, you know, it was tier-based. It was just a more realistic game mode. So that is one change I definitely agree with. It's just, it will take a little bit of practice. A couple of mistakes, saying the wrong thing. Look at all this, just speed. We can't make any of those last-minute changes, so we gotta 50 cal this guy. Totally missed. We'll pop on a new guy here. Mig-3 should go down quick. Wow, I'll tell you what, it's hard to get our nose in line right now. Little Mig gets away. BF-109. Checking the old map. Got ourselves a Yak 7. So, I guess the big question is the Beaufighter substantially changed enough so we can avoid what most German pilots hate, going into a historical battle, a realistic battle, and then just getting Beaufighter spammed? This guy supposedly, I've been told this thing does really well now, but I think it's weak, and we're getting nicked. we're not the most maneuverable. It's not this plane's strong suit. And certain planes kind of better for certain styles. Ooh, that does not sound good. Ooh, I was hoping we'd get a nice pilot snipe there. It doesn't look like it, and our wings are not doing hot. Getting really close. Oh, that would have been great. Look at all these friends. See, going in on the XP50 as opposed to the guy who's right behind me. I encourage you, when you play arcade, help a brother out. Help your teammates out. But it is arcade. You can't expect too much. Yikes, man. He's all up on my junk. Look at my junk. It's not doing too well right now, is it? So, flight model changes, new aircraft. One I'm really looking forward to unlock, which is why I'm playing the Japanese right now. Kai 84s. If you have played them, how are they doing right now in this new patch? Is it worth that grind, or should I hop over to something else at first? Dang, man. I'm like inches away. And look at these control surfaces just totally borked. We're gonna probably... We might just have to bail so we can get more kills. Hop out of that. It wasn't really working, and then, you know, given the state of our control surfaces, it was not good. So let's go A6M2 stealth attack. See, that's what we missed on the first one. We probably would have gotten away with a couple more kills. Our team's doing rather well. There's a guy on the other team doing with 7 kills, but he's got a number of deaths. He's being rather aggressive. Look at this plane. Oh, hello. Well, I'm not going after you. I'm not in the plane really best suited to deal with your 20mm rear gunner. So... But yeah, I mean, all the changes, it definitely really affects kind of what we have known and what we have come to expect. So, Mr. Alec here. We'll go heads up with this bad boy. Probably thought he was going to get an easy poach. Opening fire. And we'll dip out of there. Black fuselage. But our engine's fine. That's what we're most worried about. Check out that hole. We're seeing daylight. Look at that. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? No, I'm not really interested in reducing speed at this present time. Man, I tell you what. Has Baron lost his edge, or is it just very late at night right now? After I've eaten a substantial amount of chicken wings. If you guessed the latter, you are correct. Baron ain't gonna lose that edge. Maybe a little sluggish in the gut right now. Terrible food choices. Go dead. Alright. We got 8 seconds is the soonest. Hopefully we did enough damage so we don't get another assist. There it is, baby! Babysitting kills. Totally different dynamic, which is fun. If you're those players or subscribers, players that have been fan of mine for a while, and you're in arcade mode and you're still shy of trying out, you know, historical realistic, just do it. It is fun. I tell you what. It is. Don't hold back, you know. I feel like that's kind of just life advice too. I mean, it can be applicable and transitive to so many things in your life. If you're just kind of hesitant, there's certain things you should be hesitant of, obviously. We got a light tank. Test these cannons. We are not armed. Well, he's dead, so we're not going to be able to do that. Certain things you should be hesitant to, you know, things that would endanger your life, stuff like that. But if it's an opportunity you know, a little risk that could pay off pretty big, just go for it. See what happens. You know, if it could really have serious downsides, like, there's nothing to lose by playing a game in a harder game mode just because you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough yet. Look at that guy jinking. Tralalalilalos. His jinking's working, I can't hit him. And now he's out of range. Who is left? And I can't wep too hard. Got a fuel leak. Not that it really matters. This Kai-49 is on a suicide mission to our few remaining ground targets. There's 5. And now it's just like a climb. I got 8 kills, which is alright. Peshka 3 over there. See, look at how easily this bad boy turns. Still pretty good. I think the A6M2s are fine. I haven't tested them in realistic. But obviously in arcade they're doing really well. So I'll tell you what, is there anything close we could ram? Because this game's about over. Look at those tickets on the top. Here's another one. Would you guys, right now, do you think the tickets have been changed at all? I've had a friend or two say, oh, it'd be great to have the number of tickets increased a bit. Light pillboxes, that's something we could always be honorable to. Although, as you've seen on the dev server footage, there's a lot more things that are affecting whether or not you're going to be able to kill a ground target. So there's an IL-2 going ham over there. Peshka 3 flying away, and we got this beautiful little float under us. But, you know, it's going to decrease our chances of catching it when you got someone fast like this Lag 3. And we got this float. So I'm wondering, maybe just pop on over. Yeah, something looks on fire. Yeah, Peshka's on fire. If he's going down, I'm assuming he's one of the last guys in. I want to test this out. We're going to see if we can't get there before this IL-2 finishes it off. Are those bombs going down? Looks like a couple misses. We'll check it out. We'll be honorable. I mean, you know, when in Rome, right? When in Tokyo. We didn't even get a hit. It was a light pillbox. It was a fortification of sorts. In real life, I would love to see the Mythbusters test that out. So what are we going to be looking for? Maybe high flyers. Those high flying bandits. What do we got? What do we got? Kai-49 way, way, way up high. H6K way, way up high. As bomber pilots, have you noticed this? There's no dots and there's just no people. Like, they can disappear far easier than they used to. So that H6K, let's take a look at the score. Anyone? He's only gotten 3 kills, I think. None of them have a great number of kills, so I'm not sure if he's been up there for a while. We could check the stats, but I'm wondering how much this patch has affected bombing. I mean, the number of players, I think the complaint is, oh, Gaijin, you did this. Do you hate bomber pilots? Oh, Gaijin, you did that. Do you hate bomber pilots? Well, it seems like what they've done recently, making planes, in my experience, specifically trying out Russian aircraft and Japanese there, but specifically Russian ones that were traditionally maybe a little too durable, but durable nonetheless. Yeah, no, they probably weren't up there the whole time. No one was flying this H6K the whole time, but if you did do that, let me know if it works. This guy was doing some work on the ground targets. Somehow we still lost, I believe. We got greatest kills, but we didn't get the greatest score. We got the 3rd best. Captain Black, you made it into a video. Congratulations, sir. That's a funny little message. I like the messages of encouragement and all that stuff. When people say, oh, you know, you inspired me to play this game and all that, like, I appreciate that because I was there one day and I was messaging, you know, Jingles and Krebs like, hey, you guys got me to play this game, you know, and now it's happening to me. It's pretty cool, rather humbling, and a pleasant experience all around. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts, because there's just so much to digest with this patch right now. But I've been having fun, and I'm still working for this. I did have a video. This is something I would like to mention, and I'm not sure what the deal is or whatever, but there's a German Tier 2, this BF-109. It takes 22,000 research points to open up that one. Let's see if this one's any different. 22,000 for that one as well. And this Russian one I did, the BK, I think it was at... It's a shame I don't have any left to unlock at this tier, because I'm pretty sure it was 7,000 is what it took to unlock this one. So it's 3 times as great to get a BF-109 F1, which, by the way, has, I believe it's the MG-FFM, which has a slower rate of fire than the MG-151, mind you. There are significant differences in the gun armaments, and I appreciate that Gaijin has that attention to detail. But I'm not sure. I would have to double check, but let's see. P400, 1600. So I'm thinking that this is based, this number of research points, and it makes complete sense, that it's based more off potential competency, or potential, you know, which plane's better at the tier. The BF-109 F1 is probably going to be one of the best flying Tier 2s, because it's got that new F-style BF-109 model. You know, it's got the rounded edges as opposed to the Emils, which have flat edges, so they're a little better at roll rate, but this guy's faster. He's got the upgraded engine, all that good stuff. So I'm not sure all about the discrepancies within the tiers and between the nations. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot to digest, so this is a video just kind of get your thoughts, so I get to read through all the comments and kind of, you know, I've been testing some stuff myself, but I haven't had time to test it all. So I appreciate your guys' input. Let me know what you've thought, what planes you're enjoying, what planes you think kind of are a bit rough to fly right now. I'd like to test them out and see, you know, what's up. Make sure to give the video some love. I thank you for watching, and pull the trigger on the like button. I'm Baron, and I'm signing out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. So a lot of you have been asking me, you know, about the tank packs, whether or not you should get them, why is the price relatively expensive, and just other questions about the 2 specific tanks. And there's been a lot of argument and discussion about, you know, are these tanks good and stuff like that. And I'm going to discuss this now.